originally from Seattle, Washington. Go Seahawks.
So we're in a space NYC to AZ.
NYC to AZ, yes.
And so we've launched a new family business, a couple levels to this.
Yes.
Congratulations, cool space here in Scottsdale.
Thank you.
What brought you to Arizona, and what are you planning to conquer while you're here?
What brought us to Arizona was basically my husband and I. He's a celebrity trainer in New York, and then I started this before I even met him. And we kind of just teamed up this last summer. I was like, okay, we want to buy our first home, and we want to start our own company together and kind of merge both of our trades. And we visited Arizona many times and fell in love with it. New York was great for 20 years, but you kind of reach a point where it's like, all right, we need to move on. Better life for my child. And yeah, we had Scottsdale as our home, found this beautiful space, have my first brick and mortar for Athletus, and we love it. Yeah.
So let's talk about Sara. So this is Sara 2.0. Sara 1.0.
I have so many, yeah.
Yeah, so many stages, right, for a young woman. The modeling career,
Oh, yes.
very successful.
Very successful.
I mean, what a crazy business to even be able to make a small footprint in. Tell me about how you got started.
My mom always says, like, about me, she's like, when you put your mind to something, was always going to do it. So when I was young, I was going to be a model. You know, I have a degree in sociology and criminology, and I was introduced to Top Model just from watching season 1, and all my friends were like, you've got to audition, and I'm like, no, I play sports, I want to be an FBI agent, what are you talking about? So, you know, far away from that. And so I did. I auditioned, and I got, you know, to the top of the line, and the Tyra picked me out of, like, you know, 20,000 girls, and it made my career. New York was a whole other beast once the Top Model ended, but she said amazing things about me on the show that's really boosted my notoriety. Like, I hate saying it, it sounds so narcissistic. My husband's like, talk about it, and I'm like, it sounds so narcissistic. But she was like, she's the only girl that could stand next to me in Heidi Klum and a Victoria's Secret ad and fit right in. She's a supermodel, yada, yada, yada. So I moved to New York, and it took it, you know, modeling's a beast, and it wasn't pretty. My mom was like flying in and out from Seattle to New York. She thought I was gonna like jump out of a window because, you know, you're broke and you think, oh, you're on TV, and I was highly recognized in the streets. It was police had to escort us out. It was just crazy. I was not prepared for that. But nobody really knew that we were struggling models, and I was a commercial actress. I gave it like about 2 years, and my career just took off. And I was booking tons of commercials. I was signed with Ford models, Elite models. Eventually, I ended my career in New York. And I've done everything from L'Oreal, Revlon, CoverGirl, like all these things. It's amazing.
What's the most enjoyable part of that job?
Meeting people. I think meeting girls from different countries and just learning the different cultures, because you're so accustomed to, like, I grew up in South Seattle and I moved to New York City. Well, these people, you know, some of these girls are from Venezuela or they're from different parts of Africa, and you just learn about how they got to New York, and you become, you know, like family with them, and it's a beautiful melting pot of, yeah.
What's the worst part of that job?
I was trying to that sounds so bad because it was such a blessing in my life, but at the same time there was so many demons in the industry, and there still are. Body dysmorphia. It's huge, and I know that gets talked about all the time. It kind of goes in one ear out the other now. I had it. I had an eating disorder. I unfortunately I smoke cigarettes. I don't anymore. I just wouldn't eat, and because I was constantly told, I had always a very curvy body. I mean, I was voted Maxim's Sexiest Girl 2004. Yeah, it was all that stuff. But my agents were like, lose weight, you gotta fit into these clothes. And that's a story, and it's a fact. And I struggled with that a lot. And finally, it's actually meeting my husband, who's a personal trainer. When he first met me, he's like, you look sickly. It was not attractive. I mean, you're a beautiful woman, but you look sickly. And so he started to reprogram my brain of what I was thinking I had to look like, be like, how to work out, be on a cardio machine for over an hour, thinking that's what I had to do. And he's like, absolutely not. This is, you know, so it took some time to kind of like reprogram my brain to think that that's not how you need to eat, that's not how you need to live or look. So, yeah.
And you must have to, like, I wonder if you even get to have any fun out of being so naturally beautiful when you're constantly, like, when it's it's so competitive and so critiqued, and it's amazing to me. And I always watched all the shows.
Oh, yeah.
And it's just amazing to me, you know, the most remarkable people they can find so many flaws in, and it's really the people who maybe are not the prettiest, that do the best because they're unusual, and there's just a lot of things that you can't possibly be anybody's top pick for, you know?
No, it's a fact. I think some of the most insecure people are models and actors. I mean, there's kind of a screw loose, I feel like. My acting agent always used to say, there's a screw loose in any actor who wants to get in this industry, because I don't know why you'd want to do it. But definitely, oh God, what was I saying? Shoot.
Just if you were able to enjoy it, or if it's just a constant state of stress.
You're constantly think you're not good enough. The rejection is 90%, 95%. You're constantly told. So you think, oh gosh, these girls are so beautiful. They're out. They're in these clubs. Self-esteem is down the toilet. You know, ask the men who date them. They're like, what is wrong with you? Like, but because you're constantly being, your whole premise, most of us, was based on our outer appearance and how you looked. And then that girl, I saw her at a casting. She booked that job, and I'm not good enough. I need to lose more weight. I need to get this. I need to get that. And so it does take a toll on you. And I think having a kid, for me, that's me personally, changed my world. Like, I just did a 180, and I was like, I don't need this. I don't need to feel this way anymore. So, yeah.
I mean, you feel good for him and have fun and be ready.
And I look good, and I'm not a size 02 anymore for 5'9", and I don't want to be, for me personally. Like, I just don't. And taking the time just to take care of myself, and raising my son, and being a good wife, and having my business. This is now my baby, and yeah, that became the most important thing to me.
I'm very excited to hear about the clothes. My last little thing about the modeling. What do you remember about the top model experience most? I mean, what was so crazy about it? It's like, every time you must have been in the room with Tyra Banks, must have been like, that's Tyra Banks.
Well, it's so funny because I don't know, Tyra just posted about me just like a couple weeks ago. I don't know if you saw it. It was like, my husband was like, he's in the living room and I'm upstairs, and he's like, you know, Tyra just posted about you. And I'm like, oh, a picture of all of us girls from Top Model, guy got tagged. No, it's you and your son with your talking about Athletus to her 6-something million followers. And I'm like, she's so proud. And then Lindsay Lohan is direct messaging me, I want some of your stuff. Yeah, it was, in Veronica Wet. I got all these women. Yeah, it was amazing. But Top Model, so many stories. I grew up really quickly. I grew up a girl from Seattle, just graduated from college, moving to New York for 3 months, going to Italy for the show. When I came back home, my mom was like, I don't recognize you anymore. Your self-confidence has grown, because you had to. And I have so many stories, like getting a 9/11. It was 2 years after 2003, and we filmed all our interviews on the penthouse of the Millennium Hilton Hotel, right across from where, and this is just still raw, and I'm sobbing this day. All of a sudden the fire alarms go off, and there's smoke coming into the hotel, and you see every news, like there's thousands of people outside, and all of a sudden we're getting evacuated on 9/11. I had 3 knee operations, so running down 50 flights of stairs with hell. I had production crew holding me, sobbing. You had the maids and people working there coming back up the stairs because they didn't want to go back down because all the smoke and whatever was down there.